always loved baking. I was inspired by a roommate back then in university. She would bake in the hostel. I would help her do stuff. When I left the hostel, I stayed with the family who took care of me in Jos, and their mom used to bake. I would watch her, and just somehow I got interested in baking. And then when I finished the university, the idle time I had while waiting for its service, I decided to enroll in a class. I had that I had that training, the early training, before I went on to start my job with first time. When I started the job and baking would not give me breathing space. I would always bake for colleagues, bake for friends, bake for family, and everybody was impressed. And at the time, baking was beginning to compete with banking, and I had to pick one. And I knew that baking had a higher passion for me.
I know that every clients are different. Some client they come to you and they said, "Oh, Grace, I want you to make this for me. I saw a picture of this, and that's exactly what I want you to make for me." But there are some that will say, "Grace, I trust you. You just make me something." They just trust you with the cake. They trust you with the design. Now, when you want to make a cake for such client, how does it start?
The first thing I do when I take a client's order, I I talk about the personality of the person. I would ask, okay, I'm baking a cake for a 70-year-old mother. And then I'll ask them, how is she? Is she lively? What does she like? And then those little things they tell me about my clients, I would somehow artistically express them in the cakes I do. I try to play safe when it's elderly people. I know, oh, the person is elderly, the person might not be a sweet tooth. Some of them don't like red velvet. You say, oh, it's too bright. So we'll work with choices like the carrot cake, something that is on the healthy side.
Let's talk about bakers in Nigeria. I know a lot of bakers are doing extremely well, but in your own opinion, what more do you think bakers in Nigeria can do, to take the industry to the next level?
Okay, I've had the opportunity to have both local and international teachers. I've seen their work, seen what we do, and we are doing amazingly well. But we need more people daring to do, being more creative. Don't be timid in your creative thoughts. I'm not saying jam colors together, but don't stick to white alone. Your heart tells you, okay, like I'll say, I want to work with peach. Oh, what does peach say? I see a person, I say this person is an extrovert, I won't use brown. I've seen what they do. They dare to do. They see everything and they see beauty in it. And so for my fellow bakers, people who are just upcoming, I'll say, be creative. Try to mold. You make mistakes, the more you do, you get better at it. Try your hands on new things. Follow people who you know are challenging and then do better. We have a lot of things at our disposal. And I don't see what they are doing out there that is different.
Speaking about, the creative designs, you're very good creating pieces, and I want to know you're making a cake that represent a baker's world. I know that baker's world is very very large. So many tools to choose from. So I want to know how you're going to bring all these pieces together to now represent the baker's world.
For today's cake, I've decided to focus on the world of the baker. And the baker's world is large. Um, you have decided for pastries, we have those who do decor, sugar crafts, even work with sugar, spun sugar, create artistic elements using pastelage. So I've decided to just bring everything in my own little way to show what the baker does.
Thank you so much. I
Thanks for
really
having me.
enjoyed this conversation with
Thank
you.
you. We are glad to have you guys around.